Bcom. And guys, this is the first lecture of the chapter recruitment. This is the first chapter in the unit 2. So guys, in your HRM we have already completed two chapters from unit 1. This is unit 2, and under unit 2 this is the first chapter, that is recruitment. So guys, recruitment is a very common word. We already heard this word many times, and we all are aware with the word recruitment. So let's see what is recruitment and what are considered in this. As you can see here that this is a very small chapter. It may take hardly 2 lectures to finish the chapter. So guys, here we will move further and see the basic introduction about the recruitment. So let's read. No one can dispute the fact that scientific approach is essential in the matter of selection, training, and promotion of employees. As Rustam as Devar has remarked, a good organization structure and a good plan can be ruined by merely placing the wrong man on the jobs, whilst putting the right man on the job still affords a chance that they might be able to develop sound plans and a sound organization structure. So, guys, what is recruitment? For example, I am running a company and I need laborers or 20 employees to work in my company. I need to find out the sources from where I can get my employees, and I can hire the employees from the market, so that I can keep them at my workplace, and uh, my work will get be done through them by paying them appropriate salary. So guys, this is what all about the recruitment means to get employees from the market, or to get employees from the different sources that we will study in the lecture. So guys, this is all the recruitments. Here we need to focus on the scientific approach, because the chapter says that recruitments should be done very carefully, and there should be many aspects of that. So in the scientific approach, here the topic emphasizes on the scientific method of the recruitment. It is not just like that anybody can come to our company and uh, get work and do the work. But we need to hire such kind of employees who have some capability, who have some qualification, and who have some skills, so that they can do work properly and give us a greatest benefit of their expertise. So guys, no one can dispute the fact that scientific approach is essential in the matter of selection, training, and promotion of employees. As Rustam S. Devar has remarked, a good organization structure and a good plan can be ruined by merely placing the wrong man on the job, while putting the right man on the job still afford a chance that they might be able to develop sound plan and a sound organization structure. The more carefully a manager is with regard to recruitment and selection, the less would be his trouble in managing manpower. So guys, as our manpower highly trained, or we can say we have a sound manpower in our company, then it will be very easy to regulate, it will be very easy to manage manpower in a company. But if we have recruited can say unskillful or awful employees in our company, then our company might not get much profit, or our company might not get work much in a better quality. So guys, we need to recruit such kind of employees who have sound in their work, who have a good strength to do the work, and they are eligible, and they are qualified to do the work of which we have recruited them. So guys, let's read further. In a country like India, which suffers from large scale unemployment and underemployment, it seems comparatively easy to recruit employees. Apparently, it does not pose any problem. But appointing any person to vacancies does not mean recruitment. In fact, scientific recruitment involves appointing right person for the right job. Scientific method like job analysis and merit rating are highly useful in proper recruitment. Developing and maintaining the personnel after they are scientifically recruited is equally important. Training is therefore a very important part of personal policy. Promoting an employee at a proper time to higher position, that is, we can say promotion, transferring employees from one position to another position, and when they have been wrongly posted or when need arises, dismissing some employees in certain circumstances are all problem of personal policy, and will be discussed here henceforth. it will be definitely require careful planning to identify the proper person who are suitable for the job. So guys, here are some of the concept of the recruitment, why recruitment is necessary and when recruitment is necessary. So, and how can we get through such activity properly. So let's read further that meaning and importance of recruitment. Here we will read all about the recruitment and importance of the recruitment. So necessity for securing new employees arises for many reasons. The mere passage of time causes some employees to grow older, retire. Why we need to recruit more employees? So here are some of the reasons. Reasons are grow some of the employees to grow older, they retire, die, or become incapacitated, or a seasonal or cyclone fluctuation in business causes a constant change in the workforce of many companies. Expansion of business requires new men. Scientific recruitment leads to the development and maintenance of satisfied workforce, increase production and productivity, reduce cost of production per unit of output, and increase in the total earning of employees. So guys, when we use scientific method for recruitment, we sound employees, we get good employees to work in our company, so that our profit margin will be increased, development of our company will be increased, and we can say employees will also be very good, and they will be satisfied with the work, and our production and productivity will also be increased. So it is very necessary to use scientific method for the recruitment, and also it is very necessary to emphasize on the sound. So guys, here we will read about the unscientific recruitment and what causes we need to suffer if we use unscientific method. Let's see. Unscientific recruitment affects productivity and cost of production, while it affects employees through frustration and adjustment. Error in recruitment not only damages the interest of the employer but also that of the employees. It leads to labor turnover, excessive waste, reduced production, affect quality adversely, bring down the total sales, and ultimately leads to overall reduction in profitability. From the social standpoint, recruitment is significant because it helps in the discovering talented and competent workers, mobilizing labor, and in better utilization of human resources. Unemployed and misemployed labor means loss to the nation. So guys, here the point says that recruitment is very important. Why do we need to do the recruitment? We need to do the recruitment because some of the employees might get retired from our company, some may die, or so many other reasons may create the recruitment situation in our company. So whenever there need to be the recruitment process, we need to use scientific method that we have hired might not be able to work properly, and due to that we need to suffer much loss, and there are also other factors that affects to the unscientific methods of the recruitment. Now guys, we will see further. According to the Filippo, recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employees and simulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. And as Yoder has said, recruitment is a process of discover the source of manpower to meet the recruitment of the staffing requirement of the staffing schedule, and to employ effective measures for the attracting that manpower in the adequate number to facilitate effective selection of an efficient workforce. So guys, here the order says that recruitment is a process of getting employees from a different sources, or the from the sources that can meet the requirement of the staffing. For example, if we need 100 employees in our company, then we need to find some source from which we can 100 employees, and those employees must be good and sound. So that we need to do the selection process is also there. If we have the sources of 1000 employees but we need only 100 employees, then we need to use that source to get 100 employees from 1000 employees. So that we need to do the selection process, and we need to take an interview of those employees also. So guys, this is what all about the recruitment definition. And now guys, we will move further to see the third point, that is methods of recruitment. So here some of the methods, and we have also studied this point in your 12th business organization subject in the chapter staffing, that is chapter number 5. So there are two different methods, direct method and indirect method, and we can also says that it is and internal sources and external sources. So we have already studied internal and external sources of the recruitment in standard 12. Let's see it again. So guys, various methods of recruitment may be classified into two groups: direct methods and indirect methods. Direct method means internal sources and indirect method means external sources. Let's see the inviting. First of all, inviting applications from the employees within the organization. First of all, if we have a place, or if we have a place for any recruitment, then we will call the application from our existing employees from our organization. If we find any employee uh, efficient and eligible to do the work, then we will promote them to the superior position, and we can fill that gap, or we can fill that place of the recruitment. So we need not to be dependent on the external sources. There are internal employees who can be transferred, who can be promoted, who can be demoted, and by this way we can fulfill the requirement of the employees in our organization. So the first method is inviting application from the employees within the organization. The second is waiting list. Waiting list means what? Let's see. Many firms maintain their application files in which applications received from casual applicants are kept pending. Or similarly, when the number of candidates found fit for the job exceeds the number of vacancies, surplus candidates are also kept on the waiting list. Such record prove a very useful source of recruitment whenever vacancies else. So guys, whenever vacancies arise, when a company does the recruitment process in the past, and for example, company has selected 200 employees, but company at that time company required only 100 employees. Then what will happen? Company will hire 100 employees and take, or we can say keep a list of that the another 100 employees as a waiting list, because they are also capable and selected by the company. But at that time there was no requirement of 200 in the company, so company only take 100 of that, and rest of the 100 will be kept as a waiting list. Whenever company will arise any vacancies, or company will require any number of the employees in the future, then company need not to take whole selection process again. Company will call those employees who has been already selected in the past in the recruitment process. So company will call those 100 employees to be hired in the company. So this is the second. Now third, friends and relatives of the present employees. It is the practice of some of the firms to get recommendation from their employees, the names of their friends and relatives of employment. So guys, company can be dependent. Company can ask their present employees to suggest the employees for the vacant seat according to the qualification and criteria company has allotted to them. Now guys, we will see the next, that is notice exhibited at the factory gates. We okay wait okay, friends and relative of the employees. Now we will see notice exhibited at the factory gate. We see the boards hanging at the factory gates, restaurants, shops, etc., showing that certain types of workers are required. These methods of recruitment can be safely used for unskilled workers only. It is hardly used for recruitment permanent employees. Now we will see. So guys, here we are seeing uh, we can say indirect methods. So we will see advertisement in newspaper. When experienced employees are not available through the other sources, companies resort to the advertising. In this case, the most appropriate newspaper or journal can be used for the post of concern. So guys, actually indirect methods, in the indirect methods, these two are also considered in the indirect method. There is a mistake in the book, but let's we read further. So guys, if give a notice or give an advertisement in the newspaper for the concerned post that company required 10 employees, or company required 500, or company required for example 100 employees for a certain post. So by this way, company can invite the candidates from the market and take an interview and do the selection of that. So we also have seen some of the advertisement for the news for the recruitment in the newspaper, so it is not new for us. Now we will see these are the indirect methods. So these two methods is also considered in the indirect method. Let's see the further. In the indirect methods, contractors. Under this method, professional contractors supply required workers of the payment commission. So contractor who finds the employees for the company, and they take commission from the companies as well as their labors also. So contractor who is a person who just means maintain and provide labors and employees to the particular organization or the particular company. Generally those contractors are preferred who supply labor at the lowest wage rate. The main advantage of this system are as follows. So here we are given the advantages of the contractor method, by which company who gets the employees from the contractor. So workers can be obtained easily. It provides labor at low wage rate. The contractors are in personal contact with the laborers, and therefore they can keep a check on them. Some of the some of the disadvantages of this system should be also not of. Poor farmers and small artisans are tempted to join the rank of laborers. Part of the wage goes into the pockets of the contractor. Thus, contractor can easily exploit the laborers, and contractor compel the laborers to provide personal services to them free of charge. Many times, female workers are forced to indulge in the immoral practices. So, guys, here are some of the disadvantages of the contractor method, and there are the advantage of the contractor method. But here, as we have given the disadvantages of contractor method, in this method we can see that contractors misuse the laborers. Contractor also, we can say, exploit the laborers, because the part of the wages will also goes into the contractor's pocket. They will take a part of wages, which will be got by the laborers, and the women laborers who work, or female workers who work with them, are forced to do some improper or some immoral practices. So there are many disadvantages of contractor method. Now we will see the second, that is jobber. The system of recruitment through jobber is a legacy of British rules in India, because this system is not from India, but we have acquired this kind of method from the British culture. It is a widely prevalent system in the textile industry. A jobber is essentially a supervisor of a factory, and therefore his primary duty is to supervise the work of the employees, to maintain discipline among them, the maintain the quality of output, to maintain substitutes in the place of workers who are absent, to repair the machine and keep it in the good working condition. So this kind of work will be done by the jobbers, who also do the works of the recruitment, and also fill the gap of the required employees on the market. So this kind of method can also be used for the recruitment purpose. And here we will see some of the negative and positive sides of the jobber system. The system of jobber is useful in the many aspect or the many respects. Let's say the management is received or the relieved of the problem of the recruitment, because jobber will do the recruitment for them, and the jobbers are better informed of the qualities and capabilities of the workers. Then a constant watch on the workers ensures discipline and efficient performance. This system of recruitment is less costly as compared to the other systems. Again, there will be the same problem as we have seen in the contractor method. Jobber will also take a portion of the wages from the workers, and the jobbers take certain commission from the workers at the time of appointment also. The workers are exploited in many other ways. For instance, they have to pay an abnormally high rate of interest on the money borrowed from the jobbers. They are forced to pay extremely high rents for the third grade houses that the jobbers provide, and the altitude or the attitude of the jobbers is generally unhuman and unkind. So this kind of method is also, is not also useful or much appreciable for the recruitment, but employees for that company. Now, guys, we will see. Here are some of the paragraph. Let's read. In the view of avails of the jobber system, the Royal Commission on the Labor vehemently criticized it and suggested that it must be abolished. Such kind of method should not be used for the recruitment, is also said by the Royal Commission on Labor vehemently. The commission remarked that the temptation of the jobbers' position are manifold. and it would be surprising if these men fail to take advantages of their opportunities. There are few factories where a worker security is not to some extent in hands of the jobbers. So guys, this is why this kind of recruitment method should be abolished and should not be used for the recruitment purpose. As a result of the efforts, the Bombay Mill Owners Association and the badly control system was introduced in 1935 in the order to restrict the authority of the jobbers. Under this system, a badly worker is given priority in the appointment whenever vacancy arises. This means jobbers cannot appoint any outsiders as they wish. The jobber need to be dependent, or the jobbers system was therefore lost its significance. Now, guys, we will see employment exchange. This is a very good method for the recruitment. Let's see. Private and public employment exchange may be maintained to facilitate recruitment on one end, and these employment exchanges keep a record of the persons in search of jobs. On other end, they also had contact, collect information from the employers about the vacancies that exist in the industrial establishment. The employment exchange screen the candidate and ask those who are suitable for a particular job to contact the employers. Thus, employment exchange serve a link between the workers and employers, as remarked by RC Saxena. The exchanges no doubt cannot be create new employment, cannot create new employment. What they can do is to bring about the best adjustment between the demand and supply for the labor. So guys, provide these vacancy or recruitment information to the desired candidates and make the contact assured. So guys, employment exchange works between the industry or the company and the candidate. So it provides the link between the employers and the employees. Now guys, we will see the major function of the employment exchange are follows. The employment exchange is prepare the maintain and list of unemployed person. They keep themselves informed of the vacancies in the industrial concern. They supply suitable employees to the industrial concern. They collect statistics as regard employment situation in various industries and analyze the same. They offer vocational guidance to the jobless person. They arrange the training of the workers for different occupations. They keep in close contact with the labor unions, employers, and government. Also, they provide the government important information about the unemployment situation in the country and make useful suggestion in this regard. So, guys, these are the functions that has been done by the employment exchange. Because I personally I consider employment exchange is a very good method of the recruitment, because they just not exploit any kind. They do not do the experiment of the candidates of the, or of the employees, but they just play an important role between the candidate and the employer. We can say employees and employers. Now, guys, we will see the fourth method, that is labor unions. So in India, no doubt, labor unions are a relatively new um, source of labor supply. But in countries such as in the USA, where trade unionism has a long history of development, they are extremely providing such kind of employment service, such kind of employment services to the required employment to the required companies, and employees will also get such kind of information to get uh, such kind of and opportunities the companies. Okay, guys. So in the labor unions, the union will provide labor services to the respective countries, or sorry, respective companies. And not this recruitment method is not much popular in India, but in USA many companies just be dependent on the labor unions to get labors. Now, guys, we will see schools, colleges, and technical institutions. The system of securing suitable candidates from the schools, colleges, and technical institutions is quite popular in Western countries. Employment managers of the firm remain in close contact with the head of the schools, colleges, and other technical institutions from which promising young person may be recruited. So guys, as you may have heard that in India also, we can say job placement in the colleges. If you are studying in a very good or reputed college, job placement has been done by the companies to get the employees from directly from the college or the schools. So this is what the schools, colleges, and technical institutions all about. Let's read in further. At other technical institutions from which a promising young person may be recruited, the head of the institutions are well aware of the capabilities of their students, and therefore they can recommend appropriate candidates. But there is a danger that students who excel in academic career may prove to be a failure in actual life in handling the business problems. But this is also a very good methods of the recruitment for uh, to be done, the recruitment to be done. Okay guys, so now we have completed the sources of the recruitment, or we can say the methods of the recruitment. In the methods of recruitment, we have seen direct methods and indirect methods. We have seen certain points in the direct methods and certain points in the indirect method, and now we will move further to see the next point, that is okay, we have seen this already. Okay, okay, okay. So now we will see recruitment procedure. We need to see the recruitment procedure. The whole procedure of the recruitment may be divided into following stages. So here are some of the stages in which the recruitment procedure has been divided. Let's see it one by one. So planning of personal requirements. So guys, when we need to do the recruitment, we need to have a clear idea about the number of employees that we require. Just as production planning is required for smooth functioning of the production work, similarly it is necessary to make an estimate of the number of employees that would be required in the different departments. Generally, manning tables are used to record this type of data. In a manning table, each job is listed along with the number of operating personnel and trainees on hand. The forecasted recruitment for personnel are tabulated. The figures representing the difference between future requirement and available talent adjusted for the labor turnover indicate how many employees will be required. The use of manning tables permits management to anticipate personal needs and therefore result in more satisfactory staffing activities. So guys, what is planning of personal requirements? So guys, planning for personal requirement means whenever we need to do the recruitment, the first thing that we need to do is to have the planning of recruitment. First of all, we need to know that how many employees are presently working in our company and how many employees we need to recruit. So we need to know about the requirement of the employees. Second thing, employment requisition. The next step is to filling up employment requisition by the head of the department where the vacancies arise. It clearly specifies the job for which an employee is required, the job specification and the qualities required in an employee to fill up the particular job. The requisition should be scrutinized and sanctioned by some responsible official, should have been compared with the personal budget and should be sent to the personal manager well in advance. So guys, in the employment requisition, for example, I am the marketing manager in the company and I need 5 salesmen. So I need to fill the requisition form and give it to my superior, that I will tell them that I need 5 salesmen, and why I need 5 salesmen I need to tell them in detail, and I also need to tell them that what kind of qualities I need to have in those salesmen. So there will be the process, or we can say there will be the activity of employment requisition. First we need to know about the present data, then we need to know about the requirement. Now contact with the sources of labor supply. Now if we know that these kind of how many if we know that these number of the employees that are required by us, then we need to find a proper source for them. If we have found that we need 30 employees in our company, then we need to find a proper source from where we can get enough, or we can say required employees as well as desired employees. So it is the duty of the personnel manager constantly to keep in touch with the sources of labor supply so that suitable employees may be appointed as promptly as possible. The wider the contact, the wider will be the field of choice open to the manager. Recruitment of best candidate will be easier in that case. A list of the major sources of labor supply is as follows. Now, here are the sources of the recruitment, promotion and transfer of the employees within the organization, former employees who are willing to return, friends, relatives, and acquisitions of the present employees, technical schools, colleges, and institutions, employment exchanges, labor unions, advertisement in newspaper and journals, waiting list, applicants whose applications are on file, or we can say the last one, employees of the rival concern. So guys, here are some of the, or we can say the sources of the recruitment from which we can get the enough or required employees. So the personnel manager need to be in the contact with such kind of sources to get enough and required and desired employees whenever it is necessary. So guys, that's it for today in this lecture. We will conclude your lecture in the chapter in the next lecture, and will be finished, your chapter will be finished in the next lecture. So guys, here we have seen some of the points from the chapter recruitment, and we will meet in the next lecture.